Welcome everyone to Woodforest Bank Stadium here in Shenandoah tonight for the game between the Grand Oaks Grizzlies and South Houston Trojans. Grand Oaks comes into tonight's game 3-0 record so far with the 61-0 win over Aldine, 62-0 win over Sterling, and a 42-14 win over Kingwood Park. The visitors from South Houston are 1-2 coming into tonight, and they're led by Coach Patrick Longstreet. South Houston lost 35-20 to Kingwood Park in the first game of the year, and then lost second game to Goose Creek Memorial 27-20 before getting their first win last week 43-0 over Santa Fe. So Kingwood Park, the common opponent for both of these teams. And of course, Grand Oaks continuing their journey to district play, which is due to start here in a couple of weeks, but they'll have one more non-district game remaining next week against Houston Chavez before they get to the district schedule. Of course, Grand Oaks coming off of a 7-3 inaugural season in Class 6A last year, 2-3 in district. Off to a perfect start so far and looking to continue their early momentum in this game here tonight and take it to 4-0 on the season if they can get it done with head coach Mike Jackson and his troops. Again, they've got tonight's game, another game against Houston Chavez next week for non-district. Then they'll have a week off before district play starts in earnest against College Park on October 8th. We look forward to having you with us for tonight's game. My name is Jeremy McGrail. Appreciate you joining us tonight and hope you enjoy this game. We'll turn it over to some Conroe ISD videos here shortly and work our way to kickoff, which is about 28 minutes away now.
Should an emergency occur, instructions will be provided through public address system. Public safety personnel dispersed through the stadium may also provide instructions to fans. It is important for people to remain calm and follow through the instructions. If there is a total loss of power, please stay seated and school district staff will provide further directions. Under special circumstances for safety purposes, fans may be required to evacuate the stadium. Should this occur, please follow the directions provided through the public address system and leave in a calm, orderly fashion through the nearest gate. Should a weather event develop, information and warnings will be provided through the stadium public address system. After an event would cause you to leave the stadium, you would be readmitted to the stadium once it's safe. To report a public safety issue, please inform a CISD police officer or school official. Lastly, please remember, if you see something, say something.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to tonight's game. This game is being conducted according to the rules and regulations of the UIL. Regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, all of the players and students have proven their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve excellence. We also ask that as a spectator, you consider the time and effort each of these teams, coaches, trainers, cheerleaders, dancers, and musicians have put forth. Cheer them on, applaud them, but do not, through any of your actions, cause them to doubt the value of their hard work. By your conduct, allow these young people to feel pride in their communities and schools. While your sportsmanlike actions may play only a small part in the outcome of this game, it will play a greater role in continuing to encourage competitive athletics. The game officials have been mutually agreed upon by school officials from both schools. Their role is not unlike any of those players, coaches, teachers, and school administrators. Without them, this game would not be possible. Their knowledge and application of the rules are a result of annual testing, years of study, and continual participation in clinics that further refine their understanding of the game. We ask you, as students, parents, and citizens, to demonstrate the kind of respect for these officials you would extend to any dedicated person in a position of responsibility. Enjoy the game. Looking to make a difference in the lives of Conroe ISD students? Each day, CISD transports approximately 35,000 students from home to school and back again. CISD also transports thousands of more students to field trips, athletic events, and academic competitions. Become a bus driver today and make a positive impact in your community by being the first and last face a child sees each day. Apply today at conroeisd.net.
And if you're just tuning in, welcome back to Wood Forest Stadium for our game tonight between Grand Oaks and South Houston. It'll be the fourth non-district game for Grand Oaks here tonight at Wood Forest. They look to take it to a perfect 4-0 on the season. South Houston is 1-2 on the year so far. We'll be looking to even their record up here tonight. Made the long trip up from the south side here tonight to the north side to play this game. And we're about 21 minutes from kickoff here tonight. This should be a fun game to watch, and for Grand Oaks, another opportunity to fine-tune their techniques and get themselves ready for district play here as we move very quickly towards the month of October. For Grand Oaks, of course, these reps are absolutely priceless that they're getting in these non-district games. So that they can make sure that they enter district with as much kind of forward momentum as possible, because they've got probably their three most difficult games to start district play. They've got College Park, Conroe, and the Woodlands all stacked up 3 in a row once that starts, but still a few weeks away. They've got 2 more non-district, a bye week, and then district begins. But you know that'll be in the back of the Grizzlies' mind as they come out here tonight and look to keep things going, keep things moving forward in a positive way during this non-district, and obviously work on their offense and defense and make sure they're keeping people in the right positions, doing what they want to do on offense, and making sure they fully developed their play set so when they get to district, they're ready to go. Because, again, that competition is going to start fast and furious. We're about 20 minutes now from kickoff, and we hope you'll stick with us tonight and enjoy this game. And thank you for joining us on this Conroe ISD broadcast. My name is Jeremy McGrail, and we're going to go through the rest of the pregame announcements here, and we'll say the national anthem. here in about 10 or so minutes, and we will work our way down to kickoff here tonight.
A good sportsmanship gift from Grand Oaks High School will be presented to South Houston High School, Bree Figueroa, Olivia Bracala, and Taylor Chambers.
Fight song?
introducing the Grand Oaks High School Marching Band, who will play the school song.
Shopping for a new or used vehicle? Or just looking for a place for good, reliable service? Go with the name you know. Gullo Ford, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Toyota. The Gullo family has been serving the Conroe Woodlands area since 1970. So the next time you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or just need service, do yourself a favor and go see Gullo Toyota, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Ford. Or log on anytime at GulloAuto.com. Gullo, let's drive.
It's not enough to be the leader in robotic-assisted procedures if we're not by your side for every step of your recovery, guiding you back to what makes you, you. Because it's not enough to replace your knee if we're not getting you to the moments that can't be replaced. Memorial Hermann, advancing health, personalizing care.
For over 40 years, Wood Forest National Bank has proudly supported the youth and schools of this great community. Our bank has grown through the years, and Montgomery County is our home. With over 30 convenient branch locations right here in Montgomery County, we are your community bank. Next time you're in the area, stop by and say hi. But for now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Hi, it's Donnie Buckaloo from Buckaloo Chevrolet, home of the Better Buy. Buckaloo Chevrolet is here to help you with all your transportation needs. Your experience can be touchless. You can do your paperwork at home instead of coming to our dealership. Plus, we'd be happy to deliver your vehicle to you. And remember, at Buckaloo Chevrolet, our prices are real. We only advertise rebates you qualify for. Visit us in Conroe or shop BuckalooChevrolet.com. See you soon.
It's a better buy at Buckaloo.
You've got a lot going on, so how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day visits when you're sick, online scheduling with specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care. Bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise, wherever, whenever you need it.
That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Welcome back to Whitmore Stadium, everyone. We are moments away from kickoff. The teams are just about ready to run out. We'll do the national anthems, and we'll get started with our football game tonight between Grand Oaks Grizzlies and the South Houston Trojans. I'm Jeremy McGrill, and thank you for joining us tonight on this live stream to get the teams out and get the action started here momentarily.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as the Grand Oaks High School Marching Band plays the national anthem.
And after that, we are just about ready to play football. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrail, and welcome to tonight's Conroe ISD live stream of this non-district game between the Grand Oaks Grizzlies and the South Houston Trojans. The captains are at midfield with the officials ready to walk out, do the coin toss, and find out how exactly we're going to get started here tonight. Looking forward to enjoying this one with you. Grand Oaks in very sharp-looking all-black uniforms, black jerseys, black pants, orange helmets, and you have South Houston on the far sideline doing their best Ohio State impression with their uniforms. And the captains will come out here and meet. We'll figure out who's going to get the ball first and get us started here tonight. It's been quite a steamy afternoon here so far, but we have shadows extending all the way across the field now, so this should create very nice conditions as the sun sets here tonight, but it has been very hot and humid throughout the day here. But luckily for the players, they've got a nice shadow to work in here. Grand Oaks has won the toss and will receive first, and that's how things are going to get started tonight. Captains will shake hands, bring the kicking teams out here and get this thing going. Again, Grand Oaks 3-0 coming in here tonight, looking to make it 4-0 to keep their positive momentum going. This is their, of course, fourth non-district game. They have a fifth next week against Houston Chavez, which will be homecoming right back here next week, and I'll be calling that game as well. Before Grand Oaks has an off week after that, and then they start district play against College Park, the defending district champions, on October the 8th. So things will get started in earnest once October arrives. So for tonight, the Grizzlies wanted to keep positive momentum going and go into district with as much steam as they can possibly muster, because they will need every ounce of it. It looks like it's going to be a pretty tough district this year. Back deep to receive the kick, senior Sean Zver, one of the return men. And he'll be flanked by, looks like number 9, Tristan Frazier, I believe. South Houston lining up the kick. And that's number 80, Christian Parada, going to send the ball deep and get us started. Cleanly fielded there. Chance for a run out. Finds a little bit of space. That's where we'll get started tonight. Grand Oaks pushing the ball out near their own 40 is where they'll get started. Good field position. Out comes the Grizzly offense here, led by junior quarterback Jacob Smith. And they're going to go quick to the line of scrimmage. Single back. Coming across, looking for a deep ball. Going to throw the corner. Has a man open, nice catch. Into South Houston territory very quickly. Nice throw and catch there. Right about a 20-yard gain, it looks like. In business are the Grizzlies right off the bat. Nice throw and catch there. When you see play action in this offense, usually looking to do big damage down the field, and they get it done there. Again, quick to the line. Base wing tee set. They're going to hand it off, sweep. Across the right side, finds space. He's going to hit the sideline. Be out of bounds there, and that is Sean Zver, senior running back. 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Grizzlies. Smith will huddle here, find out what they want to do next. They'll split 2 receivers top side. Be a slot tee action here. A quick throw out left. Has the man, that's another first down. Number 14, Tristan Browse, junior receiver, on the catch. 3 plays, 3 first downs. Good positive start for the Grizzlies so far on this drive, marching down the field with ease. This, of course, is the way they'd like to keep it all night here. And quick to line up, single back this time. Sweep. Looking for the edge, can't quite get it. That was a nice open field tackle. That was freshman receiver Farrakhan Jr. on that carry. Trying to find a seam to get into to try and score that for a touchdown if he did find space. Couldn't quite find that crack thanks to a nice open field tackle. I think that was Drashawn Downey there for South Houston on the sure tackle, doing his job of holding the perimeter. Quick to the line, base wing T set. Good motion out of the backfield. Coming back up the middle on the run, looking for space, looking to push things. It's going to be close to the first down marker. We'll see what they end up spotting, maybe just shy. And that was our big back, junior Brandon High, one of the district leaders in rushing so far in the early doors of the season. Be 3rd and 1 to go, 9:55 on the first quarter clock. Base wing T set. Quick snap, QB is going to sneak straight ahead. He'll have plenty for the first down. Nice push. Good wedge play there by the Grizzlies. Base wing T right this time. They're going to go back up top side. Plenty of room. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Sean Sveer, senior running back, takes in the first score of the evening. Wide open on the sweep. They go away from the receiver that time, and acres of running space out there. Great start for the Grizzlies. Surgically methodical drive to start this game. 9:19 on the first quarter clock. 6-0 Grizzlies. And we'll have the PAT. Like number 10, Bobby Rodriguez, a senior, on to tag on the point after here. And that'll be good. 7-0 Grand Oaks. And 9:19 on the first quarter clock as Grand Oaks comes out to put the ball down and kick the ball off after scoring on their opening drive here tonight. Very impressive touchdown drive by the Grizzlies just then, operating it quickly and efficiently. Placing the ball down for the kick will be sophomore Max Maxingen. Back deep for South Houston, Drashawn Downey, number 7. And his partner back there, Christian Epps, sophomore. Going to be able to field it and try and get a return. They've got the sideline. That's going to be a nice return. All the way out to midfield, still pushing into the Grizzlies' half of the field. Big kick return there for South Houston. Positive response from them. Trojans will be in business, just where the offense likes to start a drive. What we call the freewheeling zone, 10 yards either side of midfield. Anything goes in this part of the field, so the defense has to be ready for just about everything the offense can throw at it here. South Houston in the shotgun. Loaded backfield. Going to hand it around the right side. It's number 5, Christian Epps, trying to find room. And the quarterback tonight for South Houston, senior Kendrick Banks, number 3. Be 2nd and 7 after that. 3-yard gain. Swarmed by Grizzly defenders there before he can do any big damage. Again, South Houston 1-2 on the year so far. They got their first win last week against Santa Fe in a 43-0 win. Making the long trip up to the north side, up 45 from just south of the Pasadena area. Trips, receivers. Gonna throw topside as a man. Quick completion there by Banks. Gain a few more yards. Bring up 3rd and short. Obviously, South Houston will know the order of business tonight. They absolutely have to respond anytime Grand Oaks is able to score if they're going to stay in this football game here tonight, because the Grizzlies will keep coming at them quickly all night with their wing T offense. It's an interesting unbalanced set here. Bunched to the right side, trips receivers. Got a single man down here to the near side. Banks looks to be changing the play there, flips the running back. Handoff up the middle, looking for room, but the Grizzly defense holds firm on 3rd down. Bring up the 4th down here. Then you've got to think South Houston is going to stay on the field here. Kind of in that awkward in-between area. We'll see what they elect to do. You have to think, knowing what kind of game this will probably be, that they may try and go for it, but we'll see. 7:50 on the first quarter clock here. Snap looking for Wildcat sweep around the right, but the Grizzlies are all over that. They're going to shut that down before he can get started. And that was Christian Epps, sophomore running back, that took the direct snap there. Quarterback Banks actually came out of the game. Little Wildcat sweep action, but Grizzlies saw it all the way. Quick to get bodies in position to make that tackle. And Grand Oaks will get their offense back on the field. 7:34 on the first quarter clock. And again, quarterback Jacob Smith and company. Get this drive started. They opened with a pass on their first drive. Quick snap. It looks like they do the same thing again here, looking for the out route. They have it. And that's the freshman Quanell Farrakhan Jr. on the reception. Nice gain on the out route. Bring up 2nd and 3. Just such an important thing in an offense like this, that you can complete those passes, because it just adds to their ability to keep people off balance, which is what their run action just does by default. But when you can add a crisp passing element to this offense, it just takes it up another level. Wing T, there's a lot of contact. Free play. He's going to catch it downfield, make his man miss. He's going to run it. This should count. That's going to be a touchdown. It's going to be offsides, too. I saw the signal down here near sideline. That play will count. Great job by the Grizzlies offense for keeping that thing going. Yep, penalty decline, touchdown, Grizzlies. Great play. Junior receiver Tristan Browse on that reception. Again, heads-up play by Jacob Smith there. The quarterback knew he had a free play. Located the football in an area where only his man was going to come down with it, and Browse did the rest. Great run after the catch. Impressive awareness all around there by the Grand Oaks offense, and very quickly up 13-0 are the Grizzlies. PAT attempt here. That is up and good once again. 2 for 2 on the night is Bobby Rodriguez, senior place kicker. 14-0 Grand Oaks, 6:50 left in the first quarter. Grand Oaks off to a very hot start here tonight, just as they would have planned it. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrail, and we appreciate all of you for joining us on this live stream for Conroe ISD football. As we move well into September now, district is just a couple of weeks away from getting underway and starting our journey towards the state playoffs. So The season may have just begun, but it's already moving very quickly and earnestly towards district action here. It's Grand Oaks on their way to continuing what has been a perfect start to the season so far for the Grizzlies at 3-0. Looking for their 4th win here tonight, and well on their way after that start. Here's the kick, gonna drive it deep. That will not be fielded. Gonna bounce into and out of the end zone. Again, 6:50 on the game clock here. First quarter action. South Houston had a very good kick return on their first possession of the game. Got all the way out past midfield. Had to go for it on a 4th down. But the Grizzlies stood firm and then scored right after to push the advantage to 14 points. Put South Houston up against the 8 ball here early in this game. Got 4 wide trips to the top here. Quarterback Kendrick Banks. And the Trojan offense needing to go to work here. He's going to fake, look for a pass, but the Grizzlies are on him. He still tries to get a throwaway and does, but it's completed behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing Banks could do with that one. As soon as he pulled the football on that play action, he had Grizzly defenders on his legs. Took a bit of a risk there with the throw. Saved a few yards from the sack, however, with the effort. It was a forward pass. So showing some good awareness there to at least preserve some yards, but still it's going to be 2nd and 19 now. Grizzlies in all-out attack mode early on. 4 across on the defensive line for Grand Oaks. Again, we have movement. It's like delay of game on the offense. Looked like maybe a false start, but no, they ran out of time. So moving back 5 yards more, be 2nd and 24 now. Two-by-two shotgun, going to motion across the formation. Banks is going to pull it and try and look for space around the right side. But again, that Grizzly speed kind of showing itself there before he can really get going and accelerate. They're on him. That's exactly how you have to play this kind of offense that wants to get athletes out in space. Get to the speed before he can get you. Now we have a 3rd and 24 situation. 5 minutes, 28 seconds left in the first quarter. They're resetting the game clock here for us. And again, here's the 3rd down play for South Houston. Show the sweep to the right. Quarterback's going to pull, try and find some kind of space. That's actually 23 on the carry. Jai Mickles, junior running back, South Houston. Going to get what he can there. Not going to take any unnecessary risks deep in their own territory, and they'll bring the punt team on the field to try and salvage some kind of field position here. It's like back to punt for South Houston will be number 15, Victor Lopez, a junior. Line drive. This will be very returnable. Sean's Bear going to look for space. He's going to find it around, he can get around the left. Going to juke a few guys there. Now he gets around the left side. He's off to the races. Gonna lower his head there, finish the run in style. You get all the way inside the 30 of South Houston on that return. He's very patient with setting up the edge there, eventually gets it. Nice run. And for the third time this evening, already in the first quarter, will be Grand Oaks' offense. Moving very quickly so far tonight. And we'll have a timeout on the field. In Grand Oaks, Bears are repeating just in their second year Class 6A football. At least officially, they played two kind of unofficial seasons when the school first opened. Last year was their first Class 6A season, went 7-3 overall, 2-3 in district. This year looking to kind of lay out another marker for the program and kind of progress things to the next level, led by a very experienced head coach in Mike Jackson. As the Grizzlies break the huddle here. Quickly to the line, looks like maybe a slot T setup again. It is. And it is Farrakhan Jr. in the slot. Show pass again. They're going to look down the field. Like maybe slight miscommunication there. Ball thrown where there was not a receiver. But again, you like to see the aggression. Wasting no time. Jacob Smith will bring in the play from the sideline, relay it to his huddle here. Looks like they'll go with the bunch tight, wing T tight setup, sweep around the left side. And that'll be Brandon Hyde Jr. taking it around the left side on the sweep, trying to find some room. Bring up a third and about 6, it looks like, on the scoreboard. Be an interesting choice here for Grand Oaks in terms of the play call. Kind of a medium area where you can do about anything. Looks like they'll come out with the slot T formation here. Quick snap, quick throw to the right. Farrakhan gets tripped up, though, before he can get going, and that'll bring up a 4th down. See if they can kick a long field goal, if they're just going to go for it. Looks like quarterback Smith is going nowhere. They're going to try and convert this. 4th and 5, they're calling it, so gain of a yard maybe on that last play. Base wing T. Smith will check with the sideline here. Got 10 seconds on the play clock. May run this down and call a timeout, perhaps. And they will. 3:25 on the clock in the first quarter. Grand Oaks leading 14-0. Yeah, and I read an article where Mike Jackson talked about his vision for the program. This article was from right after he first took the job after coming up to Grand Oaks from Lamarck High School. Basically just saying his vision of creating a whole program matched that of the principal in terms of it not just being about the football program. He wanted to ensure that the entire school was successful in all of its programs. Really good big picture vision for a head coach to have. And another thing he mentioned in the article is he wants this to be his last job, and that he wants his kids to be able to graduate as Grand Oaks Grizzlies, and I thought that was kind of a striking statement that he made right after being hired, and shows why he was ultimately the man for the job. In base wing tee set. Quick snap. You're going to roll out left to pass, but there's plenty of room to run. He's going to take it around the left side and see if he can get the sideline. He does. Oh, they're going to spot him out of bounds, perhaps, it looks like. Looked like he was going to walk in, but then the one line judge came up short of that. Looks like, I don't know if they're going to mark him around the 10-yard line, perhaps. It's still a nice run by Jacob Smith, Jr. Two quarterbacks on the depth chart are Jacob Smith and then sophomore Tristan Frazier is the backup. So junior and a sophomore. So clearly going to earn a lot of experience this year. Slot T. Roll to the right this time. Looking for a man in the end zone. Throws it into a little bit of traffic, bounces around. He's going to try and sell him on the idea of the catch, but the official is not fooled. He's going to say it hit the turf, and it did look like it from way up here, too. Nice sales pitch, though. Bring up 2nd and 10, 3:09 left in the first quarter here tonight. Again, back to Jackson's point on just creating a full program and kind of involving the whole school in what he wants to do with this program. I think that's exactly the right approach to take when you're trying to build something. Wing T, twirl motion into the backfield, flags come down. That was going to be a touchdown run there from Brandon High had that been allowed to run, but it's going to move back the offense 5 yards. That time the Grizzlies were showing what can morph into a triple option look, but that was just going to be a direct dive there to High. It's that flex bone style twirl motion into the backfield. Running back loops around behind. Some people call that rainbow motion too. I call it twirl. Motion straight across the formation now. Drop back to pass. Going to be flushed out of the pocket though. See if we can find a man to throw to. Rifles the ball. Can't quite complete it. Bring up 3rd down. And trying to keep the play alive there. There's pressure on the backfield that forced him off of his mark. Grizzlies will talk about this a little bit where they get back to the line of scrimmage. It's like sophomore quarterback Tristan Frazier is going to come in for at least a play here. So he'll be the one bringing in the play. Oh, near side official comes in. Call timeout on the field. Again, back to the point of program development. I think it's so important for a head coach in football, and especially in football in the state of Texas, to have that kind of whole school mindset. And it's really a whole community mindset when it comes to building a program that's going to stand the test of time. It takes everyone. It truly does take a village to not only have a great football program in this state, but just to have a great athletic department, extracurricular activities in general. It takes the parent involvement, commitment from the student athletes, obviously, the coaches. It takes cheerleaders, drill team, band, absolutely everyone on campus to put everything together. And that's what will create something that stands the test of time and doesn't just last over a class or two. That's what will put a program in position to be around for potentially decades. If you can set those roots early in the life of a program and have it become a generational thing that's passed down from class to class, that's really the key to the whole thing. Base wing T, quick snap. And roll, throw left, a little high on the throw though. Had his man on the sideline, just sailed on him. Bring up a 4th down, and I believe the field goal team is coming out here for the Grizzlies. Try and tack on 3 more points. No shame in that. This is Bobby Rodriguez, senior kicker, coming out for the attempt. Looks like it'll be about a 32-yard field goal here. Ball on the 22-yard line. Left hash, of course. The sun goes down here at Woodforest Stadium. Kick is up, and it's going to be through. 17-0, Grand Oaks, 2:50 in the first quarter. Grand Oaks kickoff team readies after the Grizzlies' latest success on offense, leading 17-0 here. The sun goes down and the lights are shining brightly now. Down on the field, Friday Night Lights. Again, Grand Oaks, of course, playing South Houston here tonight. They've got Houston Chavez next week for homecoming before their week off, and then district play starts against College Park on October 8th. This one will be returnable. Good kick coverage by Grand Oaks there. South Houston pushes that one out around the 23-24 line. It's like 23-yard line where they'll get started. 2:43 on the clock in the first quarter. Grizzly defense going to look to keep pitching their shutout here tonight. They've been able to keep the South Houston offense under a lot of pressure so far early in this game. Split backs, shotgun look for South Houston. Banks. The handoff sweep up top. A little bit of room, not much. In Grand Oaks, defense doing a good job of getting players in position to make those tackles before running backs can find any room in the alley. That was number 25, Daniel Guzman on the carry. Second and 6. And shotgun 4 wide. That's trips receivers to the top side. Quick snap, looking for space. Nearly gets into a crack, but can't quite get loose in the open field. Going to gain a few more yards, though. It's Christian Epps, sophomore, on that carry. And with the caliber offense that Grand Oaks is going to see in this district, obviously very important for them to get their chemistry down here in these non-district games. Get ready for what they're going to face in district in their quest to make the state playoffs. It's a high tackle, and flags are going to come in there. Looks like potential horse collar perhaps on Banks, but we'll see what the call is officially. That's what it looked like from up here. Hands came in high up around the neck area. It's usually what that's going to be. Spun him around. And they're going to call face mask actually on that. Looked like a potential collar from way up here. That's going to give South Houston a little bit of a reprieve and move the ball out close to midfield. They've been having a lot of trouble moving the football at all on this Grizzly defense here so far in the first quarter. Now they have some field position to work with at least. Again, trips, receivers up top. Single man near side. Banks setting up a screen here. Not going to get it off. Almost picked off. And a flag comes in late in the backfield around the area where the quarterback was hit. And this could be another one going against Grand Oaks here. We'll see what it is. Roughing the passer. And that'll be a big penalty. Again, South Houston trying to set up the screen there. Grizzlies had a man, again, like they've done all night so far, draped all over Banks as he's trying to get something done there. But again, the Trojans bailed out on a penalty call there. Going to move the ball deep into Grand Oaks territory now. A little bit of a test here for Grand Oaks, which is good in a game like this that they've taken total control of early, that they have somewhat of a challenge here, something they need to respond to. So again, that's what's going to get them ready for what's coming in what looks to be a very competitive district race this year with the likes of College Park and the Woodlands. In addition to all the other challengers, sweep around the left side, going to find a little bit of space there. Keeps his leg moving. That's Christian Epps again, sophomore. Nice positive gain. They're going to bring up second short. About second and 3. First quarter quickly drawing to a close here. We've got 25 seconds and counting. See if South Houston gets a snap off here, or if they take it in, they may get it off. Got plenty of time to snap it. 13 seconds. 2x2 shotgun. Get the handoff. He's going to be corralled before he can get the first down. He'll be 1 yard away. It looks like they're going to spot that on the 30, or maybe just underneath the 30 if it's a left foot spot. Yeah, be nose of the football on the 30. Be a yard and a half. First quarter ends. Grand Oaks leading 17-0 over South Houston. Some nice entertaining action on the floss cam there now. Good to see. Have to admit I was a little disappointed in the air guitar lack of action that I saw in last week's game with the Woodlands and Ridgeland, so it was nice to see the floss cam fared better than did the air guitar. That's a nice tough run by South Houston there. He's going to score, bounce it around the right side. There is a flag right around the 17-yard line. It's a really great job of tough running. Back there took a square hit, bounced off of it around the right. We'll see what the call is, though. See if that's going to stand. Very harsh on South Houston for that effort. I believe that was Epps again on the carry. Officials confer. Tough luck on South Houston there, holding. Grand Oaks, of course, doesn't mind one bit. Keep points off the board. Back the football up here. It will still be a first down and 10 to go, though. Result of the play still good enough for a first down despite the hold. The ball placed on about the 27-yard line. Split backs gun trips receivers. Got Twins to the top, going to motion across down to the near side. Now Twins to the bottom. Sweep. That's Epps making the first man miss. Nice little juke. Going to be stacked up by a host of Grizzly defenders there. Yeah, 2nd and 7. Again, staying in the split back shotgun, 3 receiver, trying to get set. Throw looking for the end zone. Nicely touched pass. Beautiful touch on that throw by Banks. Touchdown, South Houston. That was a beautifully touched in pass. And some success for the Trojans. It's a penalty aided early on in that drive, and late on for that matter. Well, not aided. They had the holding call go against them when they thought they'd scored a couple of plays ago. But yeah, early on in the drive, Grand Oaks had that big roughing the passer foul on that screen attempt by South Houston. That extended that drive. South Houston takes advantage. Does what they have to do there. Kind of keep themselves shouting distance of this game. And that was number 80, Christian Parada, junior kicker, on to tack that extra point. So the Grizzly offense will have something to respond to for the first time all night now that South Houston's put some points up on the board. At 11:09 on the second quarter clock here. I must say, I really enjoy watching Grand Oaks' approach to offense, doing the hurry-up snaps and just that entire management of both quicker and slower tempo. I don't think enough offenses take advantage of managing tempo and the big weapon that can be when you attack defenses. So I'm enjoying seeing this from the Grand Oaks offense. This is my first ever time seeing Grand Oaks play football, and I admire their approach to offense in an age where you see a lot of people just kind of running the stock spread offenses, looking for the matchups kind of in space. It's nice to see a team get under center and run an offense that's just been timeless in this game. A pooch kick. He caught around the 33, and the Grizzly offense back in business. And again, this wing tee offense was run by some of the most influential programs in the state of Texas, in Texas history, really. Odessa Permian and Converse Judson ran similar style offenses, especially Permian, when they were each in their heydays from the late 70s through the mid to late 90s. Those programs were markers for a lot of others in the state. Again, quickly to the line, pitch to high around the right side. He's going to have some room here. Going to bowl forward for a nice gain, about a 9-yard gain on first down. Again, those quick snaps just get the defense on skates right away. Don't give them any time to diagnose what may happen or make calls. Converse Judson, in their heyday, was known for taking this kind of approach to the line of scrimmage, just quickly getting up there, and they would run, on average, 70 to 80 plus runs a game. Standard wing tee twirl motion, going to go straight up the middle this time. Acres of room for High. High's going to bounce this one, trying to look for even more space. He's going to get to midfield on a very nice run, gashing the Trojans with that play. Again, when I talk about Odessa Permian and Converse Judson, of course, for newer fans, they probably don't know those programs quite as well as those of us who were around in the 80s and 90s. We know all about those two. And again, their success speaks for itself. Multiple state championships, decades of success. So it's nice to see Grand Oaks taking that approach with their program. So I would say there is absolutely nothing wrong with emulating any of the great programs that we've seen in Texas high school football history. And John Tyler High School, another one that built their reputation on a similar style running approach. Of course, here in the Houston area, the benchmark running program with 9 state titles being the Katy Tigers. Of course, throughout the 90s, the Aldine and A-Leaf teams were known for their triple option, their veer triple option approaches. Don't see that anymore, unfortunately, or not very much. And here's slot T look. And a roll to the right. Has a man. Nice throw and catch. And that's Tristan Browse, a junior, number 14 on that catch. Has the first down. And Smith doing a good job keeping that throw on target there. Had a couple of throws sail a little high on him on the last possession. Actually took a couple of plays off on that last series. Sophomore Tristan Frazier came in during those. Base wing T. Gonna look for a sweep around the left side. Gonna cut up. That's Zver on the carry. Be a nice positive play. First down. These are exactly the situations that the Grizzlies want to stay in regardless of opponent. Just have a nice positive play. Take 4 or 5 yards every time on first down. Be a 6-yard gain there. 2nd and 4. Got 9:30 on the second quarter clock. Up the middle, high. He's going to get space. He's going to make a miss. Nice run there. Wow. Touchdown high. And just like that, Grand Oaks responds to the South Houston touchdown very quickly. That looked a lot like their opening drive of the night there. Right down the field. 23-6 Grand Oaks. Great run by High. He got to the edge there and was singled up with the corner, and I think the defender may have made a little bit of a business decision. Either way, instead of trucking him, High stuck his foot in the ground and just danced around him with a really subtle move there to get the sideline. Bobby Rodriguez going to boot it into the construction. Going to be no good there. Wide left, though. So the score stays 23-6, Grand Oaks. Yeah, and just a great job getting into the open field by High on that run. Stopped 2 defenders in their tracks on that one. You can tell as a runner he's got a lot about him, does High, and he's one of the early leaders in the district for a reason. He's actually 3rd in the district in rushing so far this year. Came into this game averaging over 13 yards a carry, 6 touchdowns, which is pretty good the last time I checked.
Next singing was kickoff for the Grizzlies.
And on to send the ball deep for Grand Oaks. Max Magsignet. Gonna line drive it. Bounces. Gonna try. It will be fielded here. Looking for space up the middle. Gonna be tackled around the 20. Nice coverage by the Grizzlies, not letting him loose. I believe the quarterback there, Dershawn Downey, or receiver actually, senior receiver Dershawn Downey on that return. And the Grizzlies, of course, on this defensive possession, going to look to eliminate any penalties. See if they can get a 3 and out here this time. Not extend another drive through the aid of a penalty. Unbalanced shotgun look. Going to sweep. Grizzlies all over that. Going to stack that up completely behind the line of scrimmage. Actually, that'll lose a yard or two. It's about half the Grizzly defense, it looked like, on hand for that one. Again, I'm impressed by how quickly Grand Oaks is getting to the edge defensively. They've clearly done their homework on this offense, and they're in position before these plays can develop and get out there in the alley waiting on the runner to show up. Good job of preparation, it appears, by the Grizzlies to know where these plays are going. Again, another tight, unbalanced look from South Houston. Creative. Try a little kind of skinny post over the middle there. Can't find his man, Ken Banks. And he has a nice touch on his passes. I believe he was looking for number 14, Jacob Shepard, a sophomore, on that play. Again, South Houston out here doing their best Ohio State impression with these uniforms. Both teams looking sharp, and it's nice South Houston make the trip all the way up here to play this non-district game. Officials are going to stop that play before it gets going. Delay of game offense. 8:17 remaining until half. And repeat that down. 3rd and long. Be 3rd and 16 now. Trojans up against it here. Maybe look to play it safe and try and get a punt away, but we'll see. Grand Oaks has returned 1 punt here so far tonight, and they ended up being set up in great field position after. Setting up a screen here. He will get it off this time. Leave Epps on the reception over there. Makes the first man miss, but yeah, not a ton of room to work with. He'll push it out past the original line of scrimmage, barely. The punt team's going to have to come on here for a 4th and 9. So we move under 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Grizzlies well in control of this one so far here tonight. 23-6 on the scoreboard. Grand Oaks leads. Looking to post their 4th win of the season. Get the punt away. It's a decent punt. Will be returnable though again. And again into space. Nice return by Quanell Farrakhan, the freshman. Seen him a few times tonight on offense as well. Running and receiving. He's kind of a slot weapon for the Grizzlies. The only freshman on the varsity roster here. Doesn't happen often, so he must have something about him. Not an easy thing to do at all for a freshman to play at this level. There's Farrakhan, the 1 freshman, and I believe 6 sophomores on the roster, maybe 7. Standard wing tee set here. Gonna drop back, looking for a pass. Over the middle, has him. And there he is. There's the freshman scoring a touchdown. Farrakhan. In a lot of space there after he caught that ball over the middle. Nice little sleight of hand there, play action in the backfield, faking that sweep. Hitting a wide open man over the middle. Another easy touchdown for the Grizzlies, or at least they make it look easy. 29-6 Grand Oaks. Bobby Rodriguez wearing his leg out here in the first half so far. Come out for another PAT. And this one will be through. Be Grand Oaks 30, South Houston 6 with 7:13 to go in the second quarter. After that touchdown strike to Farrakhan Jr. And as I watch this tonight, I'm trying to keep the context of district play in mind as I watch this Grand Oaks team and kind of what they look like physically and just kind of where their development's at on offense and defense. Again, we won't know until they get there kind of how it stacks up, just because the competition in district will be very different from what they've seen so far in non-district. And having had a taste last year, I think these Grizzlies have got to be ready for it now. Got juniors and seniors all over the roster. Got a year under their belt in the big leagues. And of course, they will start district play in earnest against College Park. Got College Park, Conroe, and the Woodlands, 1, 2, 3, right out of the chute in district. Not easy by any means. I saw Conroe play May Creek, and they look like they've got a pretty good football team this year. Obviously, College Park, last year's district champs, Woodlands, looking stronger themselves this year than they were a year ago. So return going to be just shy of the 30 there. South Houston will set up shop again on offense. 7:07 left until half. Again, South Houston sticking with the unbalanced shotgun set here. Try and run reap. They're going to sweep. He is going to get into space. A lot of people ran into each other in the backfield there, but they managed to gash the Grizzlies for a nice gain. That's the sophomore Christian Epps. He seems to be growing in influence in this game with each touch of the football. Looks like a pretty impressive player they've got. Because of the pressure Grand Oaks has been able to generate on the backfield, Banks, the quarterback, has had to take a little bit more of a back seat in terms of the passing, because he's had people on him all night as soon as he's tried to pull the ball or do anything passing-wise. 2-by-2 shotgun here for South Houston. Quick throw left. Has his man. Nice positive gain. That'll put the Trojans into Grizzly territory. Into the Grizzly half of the field here as we come down to the 6-minute mark remaining until half. South Houston obviously looking to cut into this lead as much as they can here before half. Been a tough night for the Trojans so far up against this fast-paced, well-oiled Grand Oaks offense that's just put up points very quickly here tonight. Be a sweep around the near side here. Grizzly defense up to the challenge though. Saw number 48 make that tackle, Noah Langridge, junior linebacker. 5:30 to go in the half. The Trojans get the signal and try and run a play here, 2-by-2 shotgun. 2x2, meaning twins to each side of the formation, twin receivers. Handoff up the gut's going to have the first down. And South Houston trying to up the tempo a little bit here, as they obviously need to. Wow. All the Grizzlies are in the backfield on that one. And trying to run zone read action there in the backfield are the Trojans, but Grand Oaks all over it. And multiple people on both the running back and the quarterback. It's open season on the backfield there. Great play by the Grizzlies. Showing the quickness all night so far on defense. Getting to spots on the edge and getting into the backfield. That bunch trips shotgun formation here. Make the handoff now, looking deep, gonna overthrow it though. That can be picked off, and it is. Throw sailed on the quarterback there. Nice interception though. Good job making the catch, doing what he had to do there. That's number 21. He's going to soak up the adulation from the crowd. That's Akena Ago, sophomore defensive back there on the pick. Akena Ago. Playing center field on that one, over the shoulder catch. Ken Griffey Jr. style. South Houston just trying to make something happen there. Big play. Ball sailed on the quarterback and quickly to the line of scrimmage here. Sweep, top side. He's into plenty of space up here. Explosive run. Number 4, Sean's Bear, quickly around the edge there on the sweep. Everything Grand Oaks dials up at this point is good. It's all working. Again, these reps here tonight are all critical for these guys to just get into their rhythm. This offense is very rhythm dependent. Having all the pieces moving in sync. Haven't had to use really any misdirection here so far tonight, except on play actions like this. Good job stepping up into the pocket there by the quarterback. Can't find a man. Had him wide open. Farrakhan down the field. He is by himself down there, but quarterback didn't have the time to kind of lift his head up and pick him out all the way down there. Again, to my previous point about misdirection, that's one of the bread and butter aspects of this offense. But Grand Oaks really hasn't even had to go there tonight because their standard stuff on things like the sweeps and the dives has just been working to perfection. So they haven't had to really razzle-dazzle it at all here tonight. Timeout on the field. And Grand Oaks, I must say the campus for this school is one of the more impressive ones I've ever seen for a high school. Just a gorgeous campus, and you can see where the potential lies, not only within the football program, but just in the school in general. There's some great neighborhoods in the area that feed the school, and they also have been able to draw from some of the more established communities as well. So a nice mix, I think, where they're drawing from some areas that have been established for a few years and then also brand new communities that are going up and feeding that high school. Outstanding elementaries and intermediate schools as well. And back to pass, trying to work on the passing game tonight of the Grizzlies, but Smith flushed out there, just has to do the smart thing, throw the ball away, make sure he preserves the possession. But again, you can see where this Grand Oaks program has a lot of room to grow and where they can be good pretty quickly, which is kind of my opinion on this program. When I first knew this school was coming online, I used to live kind of close by to where they built Grand Oaks, and had a feeling that something could happen at this school sooner rather than later. Nice screen there. That's high. He's going to be in plenty of space again. Show some nice bounce there. Be a first down, 3:29 on the second quarter clock. But in the Houston area, there's definitely been a precedent set for where some of these newer programs, just of course, depending on many factors, depending on where they go up and who their coach is, they can really start the ground running, you know, as we've seen with a program like Bridgeland, for example, one of the new schools that's been able to find playoff success very quickly. Quick throw to the top side there, gain a couple yards. And those are basically run substitute type of pass plays, just like running a sweep. I think that might have been a lateral as well. It looked like it may have gone just behind the quarterback when he let that one go. So good thing the receiver caught it. So we'll see what Grand Oaks ends up writing for their story and if they can find a similar level of success to what Bridgeland's had early on. But regardless, it's not something that has to happen right away. It's like oftentimes it doesn't work like that. It's a process. It takes, you know, a generation or two sometimes to set in. It's not something that's meant to be able to happen kind of more flash in the pan style. It's like there are a lot of things to establish, both just on the field in the football program itself, but there's a ton more that goes in off the field when you start talking about the greater school, all the athletic programs, and just the families in the area becoming more rooted and established. Pass over the middle, Farrakhan again, slips his man. He's going to score another touchdown. Great run and catch again, the freshman. Very impressive, Farrakhan Jr. 36-6. Grand Oaks now on the scoreboard, 2:43 left in the second quarter. As we talked about a minute ago, everything turning to gold here tonight for Grand Oaks in this game. It's too much firepower for South Houston to deal with. Finding those gaps over the middle, especially with the passing game. Haven't had to throw the ball deep down the field necessarily. They're just finding those gaps in the mid-level, right over the heart of the defense. Good job by the quarterback, Smith, there, of sticking his back foot in the ground and driving that throw accurately. It's one thing to have the play open, but another thing to make an accurate throw, which he made sure to do there. 37-6, Grand Oaks rolling. Kicking team for Grand Oaks comes out here to tee the football up after more success on offense, which has been the theme of the night here. Max Singett on for the kicks, sophomore. That will be returnable for the Trojans. We'll see if they can get any space or not. Oh, wide open around the right sideline. It's Epps taking that one around the right. Like maybe flag down here. We'll see what the call is, conferring here. And that'll go against South Houston. Back that nice return way up. 2:35 until halftime. Yep. Second quarter, things have snowballed on the Trojans here. Been a Grizzly avalanche. Very intrigued to watch this Grand Oaks team in district play here in a few weeks. Really looking forward to watching this race play out. Watching these teams earn playoff bids, and anxious to see how this Grand Oaks team stacks up against the best in the district. Grizzly defense going to stack that sweep up. Nice job. Yeah, just looking for that progression in year 2 of 6A play for Grand Oaks. They'll look to be able to stare down the likes of College Park in the Woodlands and Conroe. Stake their claim to being one of the up-and-comers here. Quick throw topside, has his man close to first down yardage. The interception South Houston threw on the last drive, I believe, is the only turnover we've had in this first half. Come down to about 1:30 to go in the second quarter. Split back shotgun for South Houston here. Gonna flush him to the left. Nowhere to go with that. Ooh, takes a big hit there near the sideline. Flag does come in. Wonder if they're going to say he was out of bounds perhaps on that. Yep, no hesitation. Personal foul. Came from the head official, that flag. Like the quarterback was giving himself up there, running out of bounds with that one. It's a nice crowd that Grand Oaks has brought to Wood Forest Stadium here tonight. Filling in a lot of the home side. Good to see that support showing up. South Houston bringing up a few fans, not a ton, but yeah, that's a very difficult drive to make in Houston on a Friday. Pump fake. He's going to look deep. Going to try and throw it there. Ball hangs up. Defensive back able to make a play on the football eventually there. That ball hung up there in age. Wasn't sure if the receiver was going to be able to come down with that or not. It looked like it was going to be close. Good play by the defensive back, and I believe that's the same man who intercepted earlier, sophomore ago, number 21. Four-man front for the Grizzlies. Reverse. It's 24 on the carry. Showed some speed, actually. Richard Gallegos, senior. I don't know if it's my eyes, but we appear to have had like a smoke or a fog kind of settle in over Wood Forest Stadium. A little bit of a smell of smoke, too. It's a tunnel screen. Left ball comes out. But fortunate bounce, I think, for South Houston. They do retain possession. That ball was popped out. Looked like Jacob Shepard, sophomore receiver's hands, and landed in the hands of a teammate. I think Shepard may have actually caught it. It may have been Gallegos, actually. 10 seconds to go until half. Timeout on the field. And my name is Jeremy McGrill, and we thank you for joining us tonight on this Conroe ISD broadcast of this non-district game between the Grand Oaks Grizzlies and South Houston Trojans. It's been all Grizzlies here tonight, up 37-6. As we draw very near to halftime, 10 seconds. South Houston probably going to launch a prayer here. Oh, quick throw, actually, first. Gonna try and catch and get out of bounds, which they do, around midfield. And I think Hail Mary is coming next. Appeared to kind of bobble that catch for a second before he could secure it and try and get out of bounds. Ultimately does so, and they'll set it up here. They're going to bring trips down here to the near side. And get nice and wide. We're going to have a Hail Mary here, of course. We'll see if he can get it off. Grizzlies have been applying a lot of pressure tonight on the backfield. Here they come. Straight up the middle, actually. He's going to roll to the right. He will launch the throw. It's going to be well short of the end zone and out of bounds, and that's how we go to halftime. 2 flags coming in at the end of this play. However, we'll see what's going on. See if we just end up going straight to halftime. Yep, looks like it. Teams are starting to kind of jog off the field here ahead of the call. Yep, we'll just take it in. 37-6, Grand Oaks lead over South Houston. We'll be back after the half. Thank you for joining us.
Grand Oaks Grizzlies 37, South Houston Trojans 6.
Dead ball. Late hit. Out of bounds. Number 11 by Grand Oaks. And penalty will be enforced at the beginning of the third quarter. Halftime. ours, Proud Mary. We would like to recognize this year's Jeanette officers. They are Junior Lieutenant Ariana Cantu, Junior Lieutenant Ariel Zamora, Lieutenant Colonel Jessica Sayas, and Colonel Miss Leslie Gonzalez. Miss Taylor would like to recognize the Jeanette Dancer of the Week, sophomore Emily Casillo, Spirit Girl of the Week, freshman Mariah Madison, new member of the week, sophomore Melissa Herrera, and faculty member of the week, band director Mr. No. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the award-winning mighty Trojan band from South Houston High School. The band is under the full direction of drum majors David Morales, Leslie Rodriguez, Jacob Juarez, and Jeremy Cruz. Tonight, we are proud to present the first chapter of our UIL competitive program entitled Chain Reactions. Put your hands together one more time. Let's hear it for the Jeanettes and mighty Trojan Band. You are the pride of Trojan Land. Let's get to go, Trojans! Lieutenant Sidney Ralph, Major Kinley Curtis, Major Mia Provo, Lieutenant Colonel Harley Morrison, and Colonel Briley Garza. The Royal Pride Drill Team is under the direction of Hannah Gassett and Catherine Fuller. We hope you enjoy their field kick routine to Dynamite. straight from the home of the fearless Grizzlies. Please welcome the Grand Oaks High School Grizzly Marching Band. The band is led by directors Mike Blake, Brian Moran, percussion director Jacob Morales, student teacher Kelly Orlando, and color guard directors Trace Brown and Danny Walker. The band is under the field direction of head drum major Andrew Tran, senior drum majors Emma Butler and Haley Brown, and junior drum major Kylie Burke. The color guard is under the leadership of captains Caitlin Molina, Caitlin Alexander, Sophia Winston, and Zaquavia Young. The Grand Oaks Grizzly Twirler is Emma Matej. This evening, the band will perform Ares and Athena from The Gods of Olympus by Oscar Navarro and Fly to Paradise by Eric Whitaker from their 2021 competitive marching show entitled Prismatic. the trombone section. Band member of the week is Emma Butler. Freshman of the week is Blake St. Aubin. Guard member of the week is Gracie Shepard. Percussion members of the week are Josh Lyon and Connor Sandel. The Grizzly Band would like to thank our band booster organization, our wonderful sponsors, and the rock star administration of Grand Oaks High School. Go Grizzlies!
ISU would like to thank the press box sponsors for the 2021 season. Kidapeppo in the Portofino Shopping Center in Shenandoah. Hello Wild Wings in the Portofino Shopping Center in Shenandoah. Chick-fil-A in College Park. Chili's in Lake Woodlands. Chewy's. Bruce in Conroe. HEB Conroe Market and Harper's Trace. Mackenzie's Barbecue in Conroe. Raising Canes of Conroe, the Woodlands, and Rayford. Red Robin. Russo's New York Pizzeria in Conroe. Spring Creek Barbecue in the Portofino Shopping Center in Shenandoah. Texas Roadhouse in Conroe. Vernon's Country Catfish in Conroe. And Wings and More in Conroe. A special thanks to Papa John's for sponsoring the press box tonight. Coming out of the tunnel for the second half. Your Grand Oaks Grizzlies.
Welcome back to the second half here at Wood Forest Stadium. Grand Oaks Grizzlies have run back onto the field here. Who can blame them? Up 37-6 after the first half, where they were firing on almost all cylinders, I have to say, across the board. We'll come out here in the second half, look to finish off the job tonight. Again, very explosive first half of football on display from the Grizzlies, especially on offense, just moving up and down the field. Not really having to dig too deep in the playbook. Their base plays are working extremely well, just picking up yards and chunks, gaining first downs and picking up explosive touchdowns. They were particularly successful with some quicker passes off of play action over the middle of the field. Freshman Quanell Farrakhan Jr. had 2 touchdown catches in the first half and some big runs from junior running back Brandon High as well mixed in there. So Grizzlies just all over South Houston in that first half. They'll kick off to South Houston to start the second half. The Grizzlies did have the first possession of the football game. South Houston is lined up in their inflatable helmet down there in the end zone. They're about to run out here so we can start the second half. Actually have a minute and 20 seconds and counting on the stadium clock here before the officials are ready to get this thing going once again here. Again, Grand Oaks well on their way to their 4th win of the season here tonight to stay undefeated as they go into what will be their last non-district game next week against Houston Chavez on homecoming. After Chavez, they'll have a week off before they start district play against College Park. Again, welcome to this Conroe ISD live stream on YouTube. My name is Jeremy McGrail. Taking you through this broadcast, I'll actually be right back here doing Grand Oaks again next week for that homecoming game against Chavez. It's been entertaining to watch from the Grizzly perspective. Tonight, just watching this offense go to work, the pace they play at, the way they get lined up quickly and they just hit the defense very suddenly. I like seeing teams that can manage the tempo and play fast when they need to and don't just save it for a 2-minute type situation. And very much looking forward to seeing this Grand Oaks team in district against teams that are kind of on their level and that'll challenge them to dig deep. We're about ready to put the ball down. There was a penalty at the end of the first half, so that's why the ball's being placed on the plus side of midfield for Grand Oaks. So obviously great kicking position. This one should go well out of the back of the end zone, potentially into the construction if you can get it up into the air.
It'll be Max to kick off for the Grizzlies.
Max Maxingit, sophomore kicker, been handling the kickoff duties tonight. Getting the leg work out with all the scoring they've done. And he's going to line drive this one. Looks like through the uprights almost. Be a touchback here. Grizzly defense come out, start the second half. We're going to pick up where they left off the first half. They've managed to get on the South Houston offense early and often, particularly into the backfield. South Houston quarterback Kendrick Banks, senior, number 3. He's found the going tough here tonight whenever he's collected the ball or tried to do any zone read type action. He's had Grizzly defenders all over his legs. Unable to really get loose, so it's been number 5, Christian Epps, sophomore, running back next to him, who's done most of the damage here tonight for the Trojans when they have had success. Quick throw left side. Nice hit. Stacked up by a swarm of Grizzlies. Very impressed here tonight with how many men Grand Oaks is able to get on the edge defensively and quickly. The way they're able to swarm these receivers out wide. It's a good sign because they're going to see a lot of that kind of action in district. It's basically everyone they play, so that's going to be an important skill set to possess when they're defending those teams, especially the Woodlands. Handoff, looking for a sweep, that's Epps. He was one of the bright spots for South Houston in the first half, in my opinion. Showed some ability, but he got into the open field. Pretty impressive for a young guy. Clearly got some athleticism about him. Grand Oaks defense doing a good job there. 3rd and 7. Early opportunity here for Grand Oaks to bow up. Tunnel screen to the left. That's going to hang up. Going to allow Grand Oaks to stop that. No gain or maybe even a slight loss on that. So 4th down, punting team right out onto the field. So job done, at least so far, by Grand Oaks defense, if they can avoid any penalties or turnovers on this punt return. Sean Sver, senior running back, to return the punt along with Farrakhan Jr., the freshman. Farrakhan Jr. catching it. He's going to try and get to the right and get into some space.
Farrakhan.
That might have a chance initially, but Corral before he can turn that corner there on the far side of the field. So as such, Grizzly offense come back and go to work near midfield. 10 minutes, 2 seconds to go in the third. Yeah, just looking to come out here, keep things positive on offense, no lapses in concentration. Keep their offense operating at a high level. And again, this is all about reps, getting game reps. This is all good stuff to put on film. Base wing T set, gonna go up the middle.
With the carry down to the
Spare on the
48-yard
carry.
line of the Trojans. 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up second down.
A few yards on the game, bring up 2nd and 7. Timeout on the field, cut away for a second. I spoke a little in the first half about the potential that I see in this Grand Oaks program, just having lived for a few years in the area, kind of not far away from where this beautiful campus of Grand Oaks High School was built. Just seeing the kind of neighborhoods that are feeding the school and just that balance they have of some established communities to go with some brand new places. And I think they've got a good mix to work with at Grand Oaks. And I think they've got a great head coach that's taken charge of the program. Teams are ready to resume action here. A brief stoppage in play. Huddle up for the Grizzlies. They'll break quickly, as usual. Center first man up. Standard wing tee. They go back up the middle. Again, good sleight of hand execution by Jacob Smith, the quarterback.
43-yard line. 5-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Plow ahead, bring up a 3rd and 2. And Grand Oaks hasn't had to reach too deep into the toolkit here tonight. It's going to be a slot tee here. Up the middle, it's high.
Brandon High with a carry down to the 36-yard line.
And as a runner, he's clearly got something about him as well. Just looks the part when he's carrying the ball. First down, Grizzlies. And again, they haven't had to dig too deep in terms of misdirection here tonight. That's a big part of this kind of offense, but they really haven't had to explore it at all tonight. Standard wing tee, there's movement and contact. Free play. It will be picked off, but of course the Grizzly offense is going to get to stay on the field, or should, unless it is false start. So see, they let that interception return actually play out. We'll see what the call is. Looked like encroachment on the defense, but was he drawn? And Smith just throwing that one up. Thought he had a free play. And it is offsides on the defense. So a free play it was. Lots of contact along the line with that one. Yeah, the misdirection plays in this offense are what's really fun to watch when you've got guys going all different directions and can easily fake out the likes of me up here in the booth trying to call the action. They've made it pretty easy on me so far here tonight. The handoffs haven't been as difficult to pick up as they can sometimes be in this kind of offense. You've got the action going up the middle as well as around the edge, and you're not sure who's got it. Quarterback drops back. He's looking for a deep pass, but he does have plenty of room to scramble around the left side. Has an open man, but can't quite make the connection. That was senior tight end Brendan Montemayor, intended man. Slightly elevated where he couldn't bring the grab down. He's tapping himself on the helmet there. Of course, as a receiver, when it hits you in the hands, you always expect to make that grab. Good effort, though. Right idea by the quarterback. Good job flushing left where the space was. Slot T. Quick throw left. Bubble screen. Slung down ball. Rolls out at the end but recovered. And it's junior receiver Tristan Browse. On the catch. Plenty of yards for a first down. Set up Grand Oaks in the red zone again here. Place where they've become very comfortable here tonight. Looking to come out of halftime and stay positive. Don't get sloppy. Single receiver. Making the sweep, the handoff to Hyde. What a spin move. Nice move. Really impressed with his athletic ability. He is a player. We've got an 8-yard gain. 7:19 on the clock. Just does not look like an easy player at all to bring down in the open field. Got some really subtle moves about him, and you can tell earlier in the game he showed his power. Again, high, no room there. Just trying to get a little quick hitter and get into the end zone, but the gap never materialized for him there. We got 3rd and 3 on the down and distance. Quarterback Smith brings in the play from the sideline. Expect them to go quickly as always here. It's like a slot T look here, twin receivers topside. Oh, wraparound draw. No room there to run. Flag comes down as well. South Houston saw that one coming. Nice idea. A bit of misdirection. We haven't, or at least the attempt. It's going to be a hold on the offense. Likely decline since it is going to bring up a 4th down. Mark off the yards there. Third and 14, 6:24 and counting on the game clock. Quickly into the line, tight set. Just back and pass all over in the backfield there. There's pressure coming all the way. That's number 11, junior Jeremiah Shepard on that tackle for South Houston. Great defensive play there. Had the blitz dialed up. Nothing quarterback can do about that when blitz man is not picked up there. Grand Oaks pushed all the way out of the territory where they could think about a field goal. They're going to punt this one. So the score will remain here, at least temporarily, 37-6 Grand Oaks over South Houston. Punt's going to float into the end zone, touchback. In that sequence there will be a little bit of a source of correction and special attention for Grand Oaks when they watch this one back on film. So obviously, anytime you penetrate the red zone, you want to come away with points. You don't want to get backed up like that and have to punt, especially. So you've got to get a field goal at the minimum. So they're unbalanced bunch set South Houston. They've tried a lot of these tonight. I don't think that one was illegal, though. There's a flag that comes in near sideline. And I think there was something illegal about that set. Legal chip, I believe, was the call from the decline. Second and 10 then, 5:22 left in the third quarter. Again, Grand Oaks leading 37-6 here tonight. All Grizzlies. Bunch set again. This time it looks legal. Tuck and run from the quarterback. He does find a slight crack. He can get in there for a first down gain. Nice pickup from Banks. Screen set up there, but Grand Oaks defense alive to the challenge. It's a nice job of jumping by, I believe, Adrian Pacheco, senior defensive lineman there. Trying to make a play on that football. Does enough to prevent a pass completion. Heavy pressure up the middle, of course, by Grand Oaks there. Offense always invites that on screen play so they can dump it over their heads, but Pacheco was up to the challenge, didn't allow it. Sweep to the left side, but Grand Oaks not having any of that. Now 3 defenders in on that tackle. One on each leg and one up high. Stuff for a loss. We'll bring up about 3rd and 14 or 15 here. 3rd and 14, 4:11 in counting down in the third quarter here. Quick third quarter so far. No points yet in the second half. Second possession of the quarter for South Houston. 1 for Grand Oaks. Throw that one into the ground. 4th and 14 now, 3:52 on the clock. Punt return team coming back out for the Bears. Senior Zver, Sean Zver, and freshman Quanell Farrakhan Jr. Both players have been very active in the game for the Grizzlies here tonight. Line drive punt. Be a tricky one to field. Does get it off the turf there. Nowhere to take that one. Turf monster on the tackle. That's, yeah, that was the senior Zver who picked that one up.
But they'll take over first down. Conroe ISD would like to thank our anchor partners for their support. Blue Chevrolet, Wood Forest National Bank, Memorial Herman, the Woodlands Medical Center.
We'll wait for a brief second before we resume play with the Grand Oaks offense. That cramp attention on the field. ready to resume play here. Grand Oaks offense huddling up 1st and 10. 3:41 to go in the third quarter. Grand Oaks leading 37-6. That'd be the tight wing set here. Up the middle, high. Try and push forward. Not a ton to work with there, however.
Carried by Brandon High. Out to the 26-yard line.
Maybe a yard.
Second down.
Grand Oaks not operating quite as fast as they did in the first half, but still quick to the line. Again, staying in the tight wing T set. Sweep this time. Zver, see if he can get into open grass. He does. Close to a first down. He extended the ball there. May have it with that extension. He does. Good effort on the end of that run. Been a very successful play, that sweep pass tonight for Grand Oaks. I'm just waiting for the misdirection off of that counter the other way. You show the sweep motion and then counter underneath it. That's just a mean play to run. Defense flowing one way and you hit him back the other. It's high, up the gut on the dive. Close to another first down.
Brandon High with the carry out to the 44-yard line. 9-yard gain on the play brings up second down.
It's really the perfect style runner to use. This kind of big back in this offense, but clearly he's comfortable going around the edge and in the open field as well. So just a really good all-around talent to have in this offense. Really helps make everything tick. Really good player. There's the sweep there on the quick handoff. Kind of that jet style motion. Coming across the formation to catch the defense off guard. Handoff happens so quickly. I love everything I'm seeing from Grand Oaks just in terms of the style on offense. This is great to see. Handoff up the middle high. Big hole. Gets close to another first down. A 9-yard gain, 8.5-yard gain.
8-yard gain on the play brings up second down.
Can't wait to see the Grizzlies in district play and see them operate when they're playing against kind of more equal opposition. To see how they respond when they're challenged. Staying in the tight set. Everybody at the line of scrimmage and in the backfield. Spare around the right edge again, gonna have the first down, keeps himself alive there, still on his feet. Great effort. Flag comes in late on that far sideline, I believe, unless that was something else being thrown. It is a flag. Don't want to see any concessions coming down from the bleachers. Would not expect that.
Penalty flag on the play.
Is that a sideline warning on someone? You don't see that given too many times during a game, but it was given there, especially later in a game like this. So the last seconds are ticking off the third quarter clock here. See if Grand Oaks gets a playoff or if they just kind of flip the field. They are going to get up to the line here. They'll get the snap off. High up the middle. Going to find a hole. So another flag comes in there. In the area of a hole, perhaps. See if that's what it is. Into the third quarter, Grand Oaks leading 37-6 with flip into the field here. Still waiting on what that call is. Looks like it was in the hold area. It's a 1st and 10 play. Official still conferring. This will be kept in suspense for a little while longer here. It's too much. And there's our holding call. Just a nice steady night here so far for Grand Oaks, leading 37-6. The scoreboard nearing 4-0 on the season. Again, Chavez, Houston Chavez, HISD school, traveling up here to Wood Forest next weekend, and I'll have that game as well. Be Grand Oaks' homecoming. Look forward to having you all join me again for that one. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrail, helping bring you this broadcast tonight. I've been able to see the Woodlands and Conroe in these first few weeks of the season so far, and now I've added Grand Oaks to that list for the teams that I've been able to see directly now that'll be competing in district play here within a couple of weeks, and I am super excited for October to get here so we can start playing these district games and just be able to start talking playoffs. That's always very exciting when we get that autumn feel to the air finally. Once about mid-October hits, we get out of the blowtorch season. We can start talking playoffs and see some, I think it's going to be a great district season here. Slot T. Rollout pass. Has man. Does he make the grab inbounds? They're going to say he's out of bounds. Nice throw and catch, but couldn't quite stab his foot down to get inbounds. It was Junior Browse on the attempt there. Seen him heavily involved here tonight. Making plays. Oh, and apparently that was actually the last play of the third quarter. Now we're going to flip fields to the fourth quarter. Apparently after the lengthy conference on the previous play, they decided that with that penalty, the holding call, that there needed to be one more play run in that third quarter. So this is actually the fourth quarter.
As we start the fourth quarter, it'll be Grizzly ball at the Trojan 41-yard line. Second down.
All right, Grand Oaks up to the line here. Base wing T. Going to go back to pass. Going to take off. Nobody to throw to. Has room up the middle. Nice acceleration on that play by Smith. Going to bounce it left. He's going in. Nice. Touchdown. Great run by Jacob Smith. I didn't realize he had that kind of acceleration in him. Kind of makes you want to see him run the football a little more. Yeah, showing his athletic ability on that play with a great run. Getting in on the act tonight, Jacob Smith taking the Grizzlies over 40 points here on the evening. 43-6 lead Grand Oaks now, 11:47 remaining in the game. Grand Oaks faithful are loving every second of this. Again, good crowd here tonight for Grand Oaks. Sure it'll be an even better crowd once district games start. You have those local rivalries start to come into play. Point after is good, 44-6. Cruise control mode for Grand Oaks here tonight.
Our scores now, the Grand Oaks Grizzlies 47, the Trojans 6. Correction, 44.
Again, as a coach, great sign to see your team come out here in the second half, still playing hard, not getting sloppy. That's the one thing you can see sometimes when you build up a comfortable lead is things get a little bit sloppy, especially when you do something like taking a 31-point lead into halftime like Grand Oaks did here tonight. Easy to kind of come out a little lackadaisical in the third quarter, but I haven't seen that personally from the Grizzlies here. They've played hard on both sides of the ball, keeping themselves in the game, which is good to see. Good sign. Again, they're going to have much sterner challenges awaiting them down the road, but these are all valuable reps that they're getting and valuable film that they're able to watch here, fine-tuning their execution. Line drive kickoff. Maxing it. It's going to bounce kind of in the area where it can be fielded, and South Houston returners thought about picking that up, but then it rolled just inside the end zone to where they didn't need to touch it. Just had that stopped on the 1, that's, or the half-yard line for that matter. It's a live football, so you've got to be careful with that. 11:47 again left in the game. 44-6 lead, Grand Oaks cruising. Quads, 2x2 shotgun. Motion across. Sweep. Yep, that's what it is. Nice little run there. It looks like Daniel Guzman. And it was. Guzman is a senior running back for the Trojans. Nice job getting the edge there. Just 3x1 shotgun trips up to the top. And again, Grizzlies staying in that 4 down lineman set. Bringing a blitz here. You're going to flush the quarterback Banks out to the right where they will meet him. Good job there, holding him up and not getting a late hit penalty. Again, just little things that you're looking for when you're in control of a game like this. Just not making little mistakes and getting kind of needless fouls. So good to see Grizzly defenders keeping their heads there, not tossing the quarterback out of bounds and getting a flag. Look for little things like that because close games often come down to just a handful of plays. And so if you have any penalties happen over something like that, they're greatly impactful on the result. Bunch set. Gonna mishandle the snap there. This Banks gonna kind of throw it away. Help avoid what would have been just an enormous loss of yards there. So heads up play by the quarterback to get outside of the pocket there and just throw it away. That would have been about a 15, 20-yard loss there. 3rd and 14 as it is. 10-19 on the clock left in the game. South Houston led by Coach Patrick Longstreet. Complete a nice pass up the sideline. I believe that's sophomore Christian Epps on that catch. Yeah, it was Epps. For me, Epps has been the most impressive player on the field here tonight for South Houston, just based on this quick eye test that I'm getting here in the stadium tonight. Good player. For Grand Oaks in the athletic department, it's been Farrakhan Jr. who has stood out, along with Brandon High, of course. Two really impressive players. Really like High as a runner. Hope I know I'll get to see these guys, Grand Oaks, again next week for the game against Chavez. Hoping I get to work at least one of their district games as well. So I'd love to come back and get another look at the Grizzlies when they're playing an opponent on somewhat equal footing. 3x1 shotgun here for South Houston. Again, love the energy Grand Oaks is showing tonight. You can tell they're well coached. It's a nicely touched pass for a touchdown there. South Houston going to get on the board and make another positive thing happen tonight. Some nicely touched throws from Banks tonight. Roll right, looking for the throw to the flat, but Grand Oaks totally took that away. They're going to bat that away in the end zone. Good defense there. Again, that play that they just ran is designed to hit a guy quickly in the flat, but Grand Oaks had a guy on top of the receiver right away. Nowhere for Banks to go with that one other than throw it up. So the score now is 44-12. Grand Oaks leads. 8:50 on the game clock. Just from the purely football perspective, details are what make a program, especially for the long haul. And that goes a long way to setting the culture within a program when you place that emphasis on attention to detail within a program. I've been all over the state of Texas to watch football games for about 30 years now. Seen a lot of state championship games. And it's amazing to me in the later rounds of the playoffs how simple the game becomes, because you have teams that are so equal. Like, they all play offense and defense well. By about the fourth round, it's like, you know, at least nowadays anyway, it's about the fourth round. You know, there are no bad teams left at that point. And once you get to those later rounds, the game, at least in general, just becomes about a handful of plays in a game that determine which way the result swings. So for me, that's why when you're trying to build a program, one of the essentials when you're setting that bar and trying to set the standard within a program is that attention to detail is, if it's not the number one thing on the goal list, that it's no worse than the number two thing that you put up on the whiteboard. And everything about the way you run your off season and the way you run your program should be geared to that kind of mantra. It's like everything from how you execute plays to how you treat your teammates to the way you even keep the locker room, like not leaving socks out, just all those little things, they all matter. And if you set that tone within a program, that's what's going to kind of lay the foundation for something significant to develop over time, is if you set that expectation for every class that comes onto campus. that the little things matter. And that adds up over time. 8:20 now on the clock and counting. Be a 2nd and 6 for the Grizzlies. Icing this game away here, up the middle. Find some space here. See who that was on the carry, adjusting his footwear. I see number 16, Joseph Canola, sophomore running back. I believe that was his first touch of the ball tonight. It's Tristan Frazier, number 9, coming in. I think he may be getting some work here at quarterback. Always good to have multiple players ready to come in and execute if needed. Will be Frazier taking the snap, going to fake. Show a little bit of a midline look almost on that. Brief stoppage in action here. Again, back to the point about setting the standard in the program. It's like the standard should never be set to where the program is currently. It should be set, of course, to where you want the program to be down the road. So if you pick out maybe an example program or two around the state and say this is our benchmark and kind of sell that to your players each day in off season and during the season, like as in if we want to reach the level of X program, then we need to do these things. And oftentimes that means it means doing things that not everybody wants to do. It's a lot of the tedious kind of boring stuff in off season stuff, far away from these Friday night lights that we're under here tonight. It's all about the work being done from January to April every year that makes all the difference. Whenever people kind of ask me what they think the secret is to kind of program success, at least in the pure football sense, I tell them I couldn't tell you that unless I'm in a field house on a high school campus from January to April and I see how the off-season programs run. A little bit of a crazy option style look there. Frazier is going to keep it himself there. Had the action going to the top side. But very much by design coming back to the near side. Quarterback keeper, I'm not sure a pitch man was actually on there. I think the quarterback was going to take that. But obviously on that kind of action, you can easily work in that pitch man. I think to the wider side of the field they would have. Again, with Frazier here late, they're kind of working in a little bit more misdirection style stuff. Giving everybody some work here late in the game as they ice this one away. Again, it's that work done behind the scenes in just the way that standards are set within a program is what's going to set the tone from class to class. Slot T. Bubble screen out top. Not a ton of room to work with there. Can be slung down. Bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 10, 11. It's like obviously talent is important to a program and how far it can go. But what's more important are the standards in the framework and foundation that you lay within a program so that when talent does arrive, that you have the environment in place for that talent to thrive. Otherwise, you're kind of just tossing up a prayer if you don't set that foundational level within your program. Base wing T here. Making topside roll out. Right, nowhere to go with it. He's going to try and tuck and run. Does get into a little bit of space. Thought he might try and tightrope there on the sideline, but takes it out of bounds. Didn't have quite enough real estate to try the fancy footwork. 5:12 left in the game. 4th and 3. Go for it here. Kind of in that awkward zone. Obviously too far for a field goal. Give the offense another rep here, running a play. Good work for the backup quarterback here, Frazier. Gonna fake, he's gonna keep it himself. Gonna cut inside. He may take this one to the house, and he will. Touchdown, Frazier. Nice run. He's come in and looked to really attack with his legs, so giving him a chance to move the ball, and he does. Puts Grand Oaks at 50. 5:02 left in the game. Again, Grand Oaks putting up all kinds of points in their first 4 games now. 61 points in their first game of the year against Aldine. 62 points against Sterling in the second game of the year. 42 against Kingwood Park last week, and now here tonight. Got 50 on the board and attempting to add the PAT to make it 51.
Extra point attempt by Max. Next singing is good. That now makes our score Grizzlies 52, Trojans 12.
Successfully booted through there. 51-12, Grand Oaks. Having it all their way here tonight. South Houston does have 12 points worth of consolation so far. Of course, we thank all of their traveling support for making the trip up here tonight and wish them safe travels back to Southeast Houston here after this one ends. Again, South Houston High School. Located inside the Beltway, southeast of town, just south of Pasadena. Line drive boot. Not sure if that one's not getting in the end zone. They're going to have to pick that up and try and get it out. They do. Good job of awareness there by the South Houston kick returner. He's going to get a lot more yards there, but there's a flag that does come in. Nearly became just a tremendous kick return on that play. That was Rashawn Downey. He's been the man doing most of the return work here tonight for South Houston. He almost made a whole lot out of not very much there. Fortunately, a hold to back South Houston up. Had a few of those kind of penalties go against them tonight. After some positive plays that they've made. Unfortunate from their perspective. So the official walks off the penalty yardage there. Going to set up shop with South Houston, 25-yard line. 4:54 left on the game clock. Two-by-two shotgun motion across, formation sweep. Going to get into a lane here, near side. Nice run. First down for the Trojans. Some really sharp Grand Oaks uniforms. Love the all-black look, especially when you combine them with really cool metallic, shiny orange helmets with Grizzly claw marks, both on the pants and the helmet. Nice look. And Houston Chavez from HISD, the next opponent for Grand Oaks before they have their week off ahead of the start of district play against College Park. That district schedule starts October 8th for the Grizzlies. In motion across from the 2x2 shotgun. Banks going to keep it this time. Looking for a pass. Unloads it. Had a man hit him right in the breadbasket. Can't bring it in. Richard Gallegos, the intended receiver on that play from Banks. It's the tomahawk chop sounds from the Grand Oaks band. 3rd and 6 for South Houston. 3:38 left in the game. Again, 2x2, 4 wide shotgun. Bubble screen. Makes the first man miss. Gets enough for the first down. Good catch and run there. Number 84, Javion Lee, Jr. Nice late effort here from South Houston. Out here competing still. Not mailing anything in. Good to see when you have players that genuinely care and want to compete. In 4 wide, up the middle handoff. It's going to be Epps, sophomore. .220 on the game clock and counting down here. In Grand Oaks leading 51-12. Another big win for them. Have not been challenged in non-district so far. Deep ball. Chance to make a play on the ball for Grand Oaks, and they do. Good pass defense there. Brief pause in the action here. On the coverage there for Grand Oaks, Gabe Anzaldua, number 2 senior. So we're about ready to resume action here as we put a bow on this one. I saw the knees down here in 1 minute 52 seconds. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us on this Conroe ISD live stream here tonight. This Grand Oaks Grizzly football game. I'll be back next week again for the Grizzlies against Chavez in their final non-district game. Invite you all to join us for that one as well. Again, wish our visitors from South Houston a safe trip back home here tonight. Back across town. Banks looks to have his man there secured on the target for the first down. Really does spin a nice ball from what I've seen tonight. It's Jacob Shepard, sophomore, on the catch. And bubble screen, there's going to be a flag that comes in there. And another flag. Maybe a couple going against South Houston here. Competing, of course, is good, but you don't want to see it cross any boundaries. First penalty, I think, was just a normal infraction. I think the second one may have been an unsportsmanlike. First one may have been just a normal hold or an illegal block of some kind. Second one might have been unnecessary roughness, but we'll await the official word here. And it looks like in the end, offsetting personal foul. Fouls, I should say. So I guess that means we'll pretend like nothing happened. Resume action here. Spot the ball, 2nd down and 10, 1:28 left in our game here tonight. See if South Houston tries to take another shot at the end zone here. Or if they run the ball. Should that sweep motion again. Banks is going to keep it, though. Launch it. Only Grizzly defender down there going to come down with the interception. He's going to try and take it out. He wants his picks. He was wanting to return that one. I think that's number 19 getting the plaudits on the sideline, sophomore Braylon Carr. And that's going to take us, or should take us, to the end of our football game here tonight, expecting victory formation once Grand Oaks takes the field here. Or maybe they'll go ahead and just run a play. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrail. Thank you for joining us on this Conroe ISD live stream here tonight. Look forward to seeing you again next week for the Grizzlies' last non-district game against Chavez. Victory formation it is. Best play in football. Take a knee. Grand Oaks will move to 4-0 on the 2021 season. Hard to believe, but we're almost already halfway through the regular season, and will be, of course, after next week's game. As the month of October looms in the key games that define a season in district play. Get another snap here. This will be it. Grand Oaks job done here tonight against South Houston. 51-12 will be the final. As the teams shake hands briefly out on the field and get ready to line up here, meet each other at midfield. Good to see the sportsmanship here at the end of the game. as the teams line up. Again, thank you for watching this Conroe ISD live stream. I'm Jeremy McGrail, and we'll see you right back here again next week for more Grand Oaks Grizzlies football.